Okay, well, this is we had this breaking news yesterday on the show, and I don't think a lot of people's minds, including my own. So on the show yesterday, somebody said that the UAE, Argentina, and Ethiopia are mining Bitcoin with government resources. So let's watch this video. This is from our buddy Joe on CNBC.
Yeah, it's a non-U.S. asset. It's an emerging markets asset. And while we were all hyperventilating about the election over the last week, BRICS had a conference in Russia. There's 6 new members of BRICS this year. So BRICS GDP is now greater than the combined GDP of G7. Of the 6 new members, 3 of them, Argentina, the UAE, and Ethiopia, are now mining Bitcoin with government resources. So there is tremendous urgency outside of the US to find a way to circumvent the irresponsible fiscal policy that we've been running here in the US. In fact, Russia announced an initiative. Their sovereign wealth fund is going to invest in a regional initiative to build Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure throughout BRICS with an idea of settling global trade in Bitcoin. So look, someday, I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, Putin's going to die. We're going to look to reintegrate some of these countries into the world financial system, and they're going to be trading with Bitcoin. What are we going to be doing?
Okay.
Well, let me answer that for you, whatever your name is. I was going to say something, but we'll hold back. Let me answer that. Before we go any further, I can help him answer that question. What is the U.S. going to be doing when Argentina, UAE, and Ethiopia, 3 of the 6, and Russia? We talked about the corporations, the game theory involved there. Microsoft, Apple, Tesla. We talked about the corporation, the corporate game theory. But what about the countries? So he asked, what's the U.S. going to be doing when Russia, Ethiopia, UAE, and Argentina are mining Bitcoin, when the BRICS is going all in on Bitcoin? Let's see what the U.S. is going to be doing here. Anybody recognize this guy? Actually, yeah, we'll go ahead.
Have hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars exposure to Bitcoin. And it will be billions. Have hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars exposure to Bitcoin. And it will be billions. Have hundreds.
Okay, so what does that mean? Well, let's zoom out a little bit here. I'll bring it back up. Anybody know who that is? That is Howard Lutnick, the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, and also the man co-running the Trump-Vance transition team. We talked about the transition team yesterday. We talked about the fact that in the past, every U.S. president up until 2024, pretty much every part of their transition team, every department head within those governments, the administrations, were basically, what did he call them? They were basically extorted into putting them into positions. Donors, corporate donors, basically got to choose who was in government. So if somebody donated $10 million and said, this is who I want as the Treasury Secretary, this is who is going to be the Treasury Secretary. And that's what happened back in 2016 in Trump's first term. But yesterday we talked about the fact that Trump's new administration here, he's going a different route. It's all privately funded. He's been working on this for 3 months. They said they had 20 people part of the transition team already. This guy, Howard Lutnick, is co-running the transition team. So we have him, who owns millions and millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. We have RFK. We have Elon Musk. We have Tulsi Gabbard. And who else was on there? Somebody else. But anyways, that's their transition team. Vivek, including the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, a big Bitcoiner. So what do you think is going to happen here? I mean, from those people there, we've heard Elon talk about Bitcoin, and who's the other guy? Thomas Massey, I think, is in there as well. Like what a squad. We've seen Elon, we've seen Vivek, we've seen this guy who owns millions of dollars of Bitcoin right now. These are people part of Trump's transition team. JD Vance is a Bitcoiner. What do you think is going to happen here? Trump was at the Bitcoin conference a couple months ago saying they're going to put Bitcoin on their strategic stockpile, national stockpile of Bitcoin. He met with miners, Riot, and CleanSpark. Like, it's not, you don't have to think too hard about what's going to happen here. So we are in the middle of nations adopting Bitcoin, the game theory playing out here from country to country. We're in the middle of it right now. And nobody's going to come out and tell you, like, summarize this whole thing into a list of 10 things. This is what's happening. You just have to be paying attention to different stuff. So Howard Lutnick, remember that name. And the first comment here, it says, let's see who else owns Bitcoin on Trump's team. Vance, Vivek, Musk, RFK Jr. The administration might be friendly towards the Bitcoin. I don't know what else to tell you here. That's it. Goodbye.